Hey folks, so I have been working on fixing this car. I pretty much finished all the cosmetic stuff, but now as I was tackling to go onto the software and all the electronic stuff, I was battling with the error code P0046. It is related to the turbocharger, and a lot of people in the Honda community have this issue. This Acura is pretty much just a Honda, so this applies to your Acura and also Honda. The P0046 is related to the turbo actuator, and that piece looks like this. This is the turbo actuator that we are referring to, and this is the same on your Honda and also on your Acura. So going about troubleshooting this, the first thing I am going to recommend you is to check the connector, the harness connector that comes from the engine harness into the actuator. Check if it's not loose, and also check if there isn't any cable that is cut off, or maybe there is a pin that is burnout. It's either you can check from the actuator itself or from the connector harness, and see if there is anything that is blown. If that looks okay, the next thing is to check if the ECU can communicate to the actuator. The way you do it is to use a scanning tool. I use the X tool. I will leave the link in the description. A very nice tool that you can use to go about looking at all the different functionality of the engine. When you get into your scanning tool, you will want to actuate this one using the scanning tool. When you are in the actuator function, set it into a open and close, and you will see the movement. This one will be opening and closing, so it will be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you are not getting that, there are many things that could go wrong, and we are going to move to the next one. Now, after you did the exercise of opening and closing, if that didn't help, the next thing I'm going to ask you is to look at the live data. So on the live data, you will notice that there will be a number, and that number, you want to take a note of that. Usually the proper working condition, the number is between 1 and 8 millimeter. When you press it on the open, it will open and go all the way up to 8 millimeter, and when you put it on close, it will go all the way to 1 millimeter. And listen to or read the range. So if your number is out of range, then we know that we have a mal calibrated actuator. And that brings us to the next point, is to calibrate this one. It is up to you how you would want to go about reaching out this actuator. So what we are going to talk about next is about this arm here. So this arm connects into the exhaust flap that releases the exhaust if the actuator is working. On the closed position, it closes the flap. On open position, it opens the flap. So to reach this one, I will really just recommend you, there is a 12 millimeter bolt right here, and another 12 millimeter bolt over here, and another one on here. So one 12 millimeter bolt here, another 12 millimeter bolt here, and another 12 millimeter bolt here. And you also have the sensor, this O2 sensor. You would want to remove it. I've got a better tools for you to get on Amazon if you don't have those tools. So once you have freed up this space over here, I will highly recommend you to do that. There are some other people that work on it underneath here, but again, when you remove this, you remove this curve over here and also remove the O2 sensor. I don't think this will mess up your system, so you should be good. Assuming that your actuator in good working condition, it's only the calibration that is off. So the way you will go about it is to reach the two bolts, which will be literally this way, right? And you are going to use a 10 millimeter bolt This is how the actuator is positioned in the car, because I already closed off, so but this one gives a better representation on how the actuator looks like. Now, this part over here, this is your operating range. In the car, when you open this one, this line will literally just move on this way, something like that. And then when you close it, it will push it back this way. So you can literally use your hand to push it. So look at here, you will see that it will open it. You see that this one is open, and when you actuate it to close it, it will close again like this. That's the movement it does, and that movement, the range is between 1 to 8 millimeter. So you will use your 10 millimeter wrench, this one, and you are going to loosen up this. Okay, you are going to loosen up this 10 millimeter, and as you loosen this up completely, like literally completely. Even if you have to remove this one, go ahead and remove it. Remove this bolt over here, not the inner one, the outer one over here. Remove this bolt, and then this will give the actuator to free up, and go ahead and close it. Once you close it, it will go all the way to 0. And with that, you now are going to position back your arm, this arm here. You're going to position it, and then you are going to start adjusting this bolt with your 10 millimeter wrench. You go ahead and close it all the way and position it. And then as you're doing that, pay attention to the readings. The reading has to be to 1 millimeter. It's very easy, and it's very sensitive too. The moment you start tightening this one, it will give you the number on the it will give you the number, and make sure you are reading the position at 1 millimeter. And once you have that, you can then properly secure it. Some tip on working with this one: you would need 2 wrenches, so you have 2 10 millimeter. I will also recommend you to get this one over here. This one is the thin 10 millimeter wrench. You can see how thin it is compared to the other one. You can see. Reason being, you see this space over here, this one will not go in because it's too thick. Your regular 10 millimeter will not go in. You are going to use this thin one. You can see how easy it is to get into holding this guy, because you want to properly secure these two. Otherwise, with the vibration, it will get loose again, and that will be another issue for you. So you want to get this thin 10 millimeter. Even if you want to get both of them, that would be great. And then this one will be holding here, and this one is the one that will be securing the other side. Make sure they are both secure, and it's reading 1 millimeter on close position, and that should be really it. And once you're done, close everything back, put back the O2 sensor, and then clear the code, start the engine, drive around. You will see that that code will no longer come back. When you go and drive, if the error comes back again, that means definitely the operating of your actuator has just gone bad, and when there is a vibration, probably it's causing this one to not work properly. Replace it, do the same calibration, and that should solve the P0046. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, leave in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one.